This bandsaw is pretty old, probably 80, 90 years old, and it was built by Delta Milwaukee by Rockwell Construction. All three of those companies were involved, and this is a Homecraft 28-110. The stuff I'm going to do to it, you can apply to pretty much any bandsaw. Let's get into it. A couple of things to consider when you're building a table for a bandsaw. First thing is, how do you change the blade? On this bandsaw, when you change the blade comes out the front of the table. A lot of the newer ones, it comes out the side. So just keep that in mind when you put your table together. You want to be able to change your blade without taking your table off. Another thing to consider when you add a table to a bandsaw is the pivot point. When you pivot the table on a bandsaw, it pivots around the intersection of the blade and the surface of the table. So if you add a table to this, it's going to be a little bit higher. It's going to change that pivot point intersection. So you're going to have to consider that with your zero clearance insert. Another thing to consider with your table is how wide it's going to be. This is a pretty small bandsaw, and if I make the table too wide, when I tip the table, it's going to hit up here on the cover or possibly the upper wheel. So I want to size my table so that I can still tip it to 45 degrees and not have to worry about removing it. You'll have to decide for yourself how big you want to go. I'm going to go 15 3/4 by 17. I'm also going to add a miter slot to mine so that I can use some jigs, maybe even some of that fancy stuff that Izzy Swan does. Using a router plane or a chisel is a good way to smooth out the bottom of a dado like this. Since there's very little meat left on this, I'm just going to epoxy the miter track into the wood. I'm not going to be able to use really short screws.
Your mouth is moving. They're going to think they missed something.
To make the clamp for my fence, I need to make the shape of a spiral, not just a circle. So you do that by taking a string and wrapping it around your center point. Here I'm just using a 1/4 inch bolt. And you want to make sure that you hold your pencil nice and straight, and as you pull tight on the string and keep the pencil straight up, it'll give you a nice spiral. Then you sketch out where you want the handle to be. So I want the handle to come off like this. And now I'll cut this out. To give you an idea of how this works with the spiral curve, your contact point is going to be tangent to your inner circle, so right about there. So as you move this, it's going to continue to push at the same point right here. And what that does is it gives you a constant pressure point. The fence for my bandsaw, I'm going to make it 2 inches high. I can always easily add an auxiliary fence later if I need to. So I'm going to cut those pieces now. This jig comes in really handy for these kind of glue ups. It's just 2 pieces of plywood screwed together with some dovetail grooves and packing tape all over it. With those dovetail grooves, I can slide in these micro jig clamps. The point of these 2 screws in the back of the fence are to help me out if I need to adjust it down the road. If once I try it out and it's not quite square to the blade, I can just adjust the screws and angle the fence slightly one way or another. So hopefully that works out. Now, besides all the epoxy squeeze out I got here on the miter slot, I do have one other problem. My plan was when I wanted to clamp the fence, I would just raise the handle up. But the problem is the way that operates is when I pull the clamp, it lifts the fence up a little bit. Now, I could just hold down on the fence when I clamp it and that works fine, but that's a little awkward to use it that way. Luckily, I was able to just flip the handle over and it still clamps that way, so I can use it this way and release it, slide it where I need it to go, clamp it down. Now I'm just going to drill the hole and the lip that I need for the zero clearance plate. Normally I would make this square, but since the one on the bandsaw is round, I'll just make it to match so I can use the same plates. Then I'll just take these cleats and screw them on from the bottom, and they have these little things here that I can snug up. That way I don't have to worry about the table tipping when I'm using it. Just the expanded table is going to make the bandsaw easier to use, and I'm looking forward to trying out the miter gauge and different cuts I'll be able to do with that and jigs I can put on this table. I hope you found this video interesting or helpful in some way. Maybe you'll hit the thumbs up button or hit the subscribe and the notifications bell. Thanks for watching.